everyone, it's Happy Mail Queen. I have an Alina Craft Design Team project for you guys, and this one is going to be an easy peasy project. As you guys know, I've been loving making home decor. This project is going to be one of those. So first, let me go ahead and share with you guys the dies I used. I did use the Hello Spring. And I only used the actual word die. I didn't use the shadow. And then I also used this flourish right here. This comes in 2 pieces, so I used the bigger one, but I did also trim it down so it wouldn't be too big. And then I used this really cute bunny inside the basket with a big bow on it. I wanted to use some of my canvas, so this is a canvas that I've had for a while, and then what I did was I put burlap over it. So this burlap is one of the burlap papers from DCWV. I just cut it to size, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just using my hot glue gun and gathering all my die cuts. So I just basically went and glued this down, furnished it with my bone folder, and then I'm going to put this pretty ribbon that I have, and instead of the hot glue I wanted to go ahead and use the Fabri-Tac because I didn't want to make it bulky, and this was just easier to put down. And then after that I went ahead and gathered my die cuts, and I just put it down where exactly I wanted to put it down. And I was trying to figure out what glue to use there, and eventually I just decided to use the Fabri-Tac for all my die cuts, just because I didn't want to burn myself with the hot glue gun. Plus, I just felt like this will adhere better. It's nice and sticky on the bottom, and this will definitely adhere to the burlap. And here I'm just adding a little bow. I'm making a bow with this twine that I had gotten from Michaels, and I'm going to add that. Well, I'm trying to figure out where to add it. I was going to put it on the basket, but I didn't like the way that looked, so I ended up putting it on the bottom. Then here I'm using my Fabri-Tac again to put glue on the next die cut here, which is going to be the the spring board die that I just cut. And since, the glue does dry clear, I didn't worry about any excess glue. I just basically wanted this to stay on that burlap. So here is the top piece, which is this beautiful flourish that I really like. Very intricate but very easy to cut. So all these dies were super easy to cut. Just make sure you use your tool, your Your Sizzix tool. And here I'm putting some resin eggs that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby. I think this was from last year actually. And I'm just gonna glue this down. You could just use your hot glue, but I went ahead and used the Fabri-Tac. And for the yellow egg, I needed to put it on top and right on top of the blue eggs, so I needed to put some foam tape on the bottom so that that top portion will stay nice and high up. And that's what I did there, and I added a little bit more of the glue. And I decided to decorate with some yellow Wild Orchid Craft flowers here. And I didn't show it on the process, but at the very end I actually just to make it a little more shabby, I did use a little bit of my chalk paint at the tips of the petals of the yellow flower. I basically put the chalk paint on my fingers and just rubbed it on top of the flowers. And then just to add more color, which I didn't intend to do, but here I am putting a little bit more color. I went ahead and used this gingham ribbon, made a bow and some tails just to make it nice and full. And I love this yellow gingham bow from Hobby Lobby, super pretty. And that's it for this. Like I said, easy peasy project. For the second canvas, I did make another one. I did use this Ross canvas card. I didn't have the other kind of canvas. And then I'm using this bunny set die and also this other basket die. So I had gone ahead and cut my die cuts, put my burlap paper again over my canvas using hot glue, and don't worry about that little hole on the top. That's just how the paper comes because it's a 6x6 paper. That's gonna get covered. So here I go again using that pretty flourish that I'm gonna put on top. And I just love the way this looks. I thought about, you know, doing this in color, but I was trying to minimize, you know, I didn't want to make it too colorful. I was really just gonna use white on all the die cuts, but then I changed my mind. So here I'm just using this pretty kind of a seafoam blue, I guess. And I'm now using that Hello die that I couldn't fit on the first canvas. So this is gonna say Hello Spring instead of just spring. And again, I use my Fabri-Tac to adhere that down. And so far, it's staying in place. Just added a little bit more glue there. And then I did cut one of the bunnies because I wanted to put it inside and it was a little tall, and plus I didn't want the body showing inside the basket. I don't know, I just decided to trim it and I went ahead and adhered that down. And then I wanted to add more bunnies, so I got these two standing bunnies, and one has an egg, which I thought about making the egg a different color, but I don't know, I just left it alone. Again, I was trying not to put too much color, seriously, on this canvas. And then this ribbon that I had purchased from the Dollar Tree, I went ahead and cut that. I thought that would look nice at the bottom, you know, just for a little bit of, you know, trimming, and just hot glued that all the way down. And we're almost done. Next, we're just gonna go ahead after apparently I'm having a hard time gluing this down. I don't know why, but there it is. It's finally glued down, and now to continue gluing down the rest of the die cuts with the Fabri-Tac. And I wanted this to just be a very simple project, like I said, and very little color. So here I'm just putting white pom-poms, and the only other thing is this burlap bow that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go ahead and just put down the flowers. I have some resin flowers. Those are the lighter flowers that you see, and then one wild orchid craft flower, and then those other white flowers that I added there. I can't remember if that was the flowers that I gotten from San Diego. It might have been. Can't remember. It could have been from Frank Garcia Studio as well. But anyway, I just cut a little bit of those white flowers, and they have yellow centers in it, like a little yellow stamen, which you might not see very well here, but that's what I am putting down, just hot gluing that. And you're not going to see this, but at the end I just put a small jute twine bow on the top. And that's it, guys. That is my canvas project. Here are both of them. I hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. And thanks for watching.